So, yeah. That's that. I'll move on. Did I just throw that? I did. Let's try that again. So yes, that's one of the reasons why I don't go do that stuff. That's probably the reason why I'm still single too, because I don't go to bars. Yeah, this one guy, because I've been to a few parties and that too. There's a big concert down. It's known as Bar None. It's a big country music festival. Is basically what it is. This one big drunk redneck was beating on his girl, and I stepped in and got the double whammy. Because I stepped in and said, "Hey man, you shouldn't be hitting your woman like that. They're not like a woman is no different than a man. It's not a piece of property. It's a woman. You got to treat him with respect in that." And he tried to throttle me, and then she started kicking the shit out of me. So I just finally walked away. What the hell do you do in that circumstance? You try to help her out with women's rights movement and everything, and then they start kicking the shit out of you. Like, what the fuck were you doing intervening in my boyfriend beating the shit out of me? Like, that make any sense? No. Like, are you like drunk or something? Like, seriously. I don't know. I sometimes I don't understand the world. And I am completely one of the activists that women need to have just as many rights as men. And especially in trades. Like, I am a professional carpenter by trade, and I do own a construction company. So I think open-heartedly that women should be in trades. Because I found this out over the years. It's not so much women in the trades that is one big thing, but I found that a lot of women put a lot of men to shame because they have a higher attention to detail. Like, I'm not kidding you. They may not have the skill of some men, but they have a way better fucking perspective on detail. I've seen quite a few women that just put men to shame when it comes to, like, oh fuck, it's good enough. And whereas a woman will go over it and go over it and go over it and go over it till it's done right. Which I would prefer, honestly, than the men going, that's fucking good. That's not very good attitude. Looks like shit. Fuck, it's good enough. No, it doesn't. Like, what's this piece for? It's bracing. No, it looks like a fucking board sticking out. Would you cut it off or something? That piece of shit doesn't do anything. That damn fucker sometimes. But no, the end result is I completely agree that women need to have rights. And in Canada, for some strange reason, our politics are fucked. Like, basically, normal countries, when you go to vote, when you go to vote, basically you pick the representative that you feel most comfortable that will represent you the most, right? In Canada, it's completely not the case. Basically, what we end up doing is picking the least objectable politician. Has nothing to do with the actual politics that they're running. It's like, oh, okay, well, this guy's platform is such and such, but it's not the worst one compared to this fuckhead over here that's wanting to basically destroy the economy for his greater good, whatever the fuck his greater good means. So it's just fucked, man. Basically, we have three major parties in Canada. We have the New Democrats, which is the NDP. We have the Liberal Party, and then we have the Conservatives, which the Conservatives are more social, you could say they're more social democrat, which is basically what Russians are, but at the same time, they're not. They're more socially accepted than that, but they are more of a communist type scenario, but it works better, or it seems to. For Canadian standards, I wouldn't say it works better in general. So basically, we have three leaders. We have Tom Mulcair for the NDP. We have Justin Trudeau, fucktard, and we for the Liberal Party. We have Stephen Harper. And I have to admit, like Tom Mulcair, fucking brilliant man. Would I have him for a politician? No. Like, Tom Mulcair is a very, very, very intelligent man. And I'd say, Harper's very intelligent too. He just does stupid things. I mean, ridiculously stupid things. But then we get to Justin Trudeau. Now, a lot of people like him. Personality goes, yeah. He is a fantastic guy. You can't find any better guy to run, like, basically a political party than him. But when it comes to his platform, you better run away. It is horrible. For example, the newest thing is he wants to get rid of women's rights, basically. He wants to get rid of the right for them to make the decision on having an abortion. And on this perspective, I do have strong points with it and against it. Do I think that all women should have abortions? No. But if it's a medical thing, say like, well, shit, your kid at 14 has gotten pregnant and she wants to get rid of the kid through medical procedure like abortion rather than carrying it up, I would say yes, go and do it. But he wants to get rid of abortion in general, saying that what the hell was his quote the last time? That the only one who can make decisions for women is older men, which is just fucking stupid. Like, no. And he lost about 7 MPs on it, and it's just hilarious because to become a liberal, you have to be pro-choice for all of his decisions. So basically, you can't be, if you don't like abortion, or you don't like his policies on abortion, then you're kicked out of the party. Just stupid. But women in general should have the right to do whatever they want with their bodies. It's no different than men. If men can fucking masturbate for 6 hours and drink scotch and have a cigar, I don't see why women couldn't have the right to have an abortion. That's stupid policy. One of the other ones is gun control. Yeah, I'm fucking redneck hillbilly. I do have a certain amount of arsenal of weapons. I admit that. I'm 25 years of age. I do have firearms. I'm very, very specific on what my controls are. I have them all locked up. I have trigger locks on every single gun, locked in a gun cabinet case, which is bolted to the wall. So I don't leave guns out. I have a separate cabinet for my ammunition, which is stored properly in cold storage. Well, I say cold storage. I have dehumidifier on it, and I make sure that it's all properly monitored, properly secured, and everything like that. Do I take them out and use them? Yeah, I'm a hunter. I am a professional hunter in the wintertime. I do go out and use them to provide food. I don't hunt harmless animals for pleasure. I actually eat them for food. Because, well, figuring when you look at it, a deer and a moose and an elk, they're better for you than most of the products that are in stores. And stupid people like, well, why do you hunt them? Why can't you just go to the store where it's made? Well, you're a fucking retard if you think beef, basically a cow, is raised in a store. It's still an animal. You're still killing it. You're still eating it. Same fucking thing. Basically, though, these things are grain-fed because they're in my area. It's all farmland, so they're all grain-fed. They're all very, very tasty. But I don't know. Some stupid people these days. Yeah, I have to agree with some points, but others just so stupid. I think I can get the water. Nope. I can get to that tree though. That didn't hurt as bad. So, back to the political things. The NDP wants to get rid of all firearms. Nobody is allowed to own a firearm, which isn't right to begin with, because this isn't going to solve the problems with crime. You are always going to have crime. And the guys that illegally obtain the firearms will still be able to illegally obtain the firearms. You're not actually doing anything. All you're harming is the honest guy. Like me, all my firearms, well, they got rid of the registration now, but all my firearms were registered, all of them were secure, all of them were up to date. If I sold a firearm, I'd tell the RCMP immediately to get everything transitioned. It's basically like buying a car, right? You have to have your registration, insurance, everything like that. Same thing with the firearm. Registration was pointless because RCMP had the notion when they were entering a premise that they didn't treat it as if someone had a firearm. So that's why we had problems with people killing RCMP, because they didn't treat the scene as if it was somebody had a firearm. Well, they didn't have it registered. Well, the honest people are the only ones that will ever register the firearm. Everyone else won't. So regardless of what's going on, you should always treat the scene as if somebody has a firearm. So the NDP wants to get rid of all firearms. So basically, well, Hitler did the same thing, and look at how that ended up. And I'm not comparing Tom Mulcair by any means to be Hitler, but I'm just saying it didn't work for him. It most likely wouldn't work these days. Oh, look, a cave. So that's that. The Liberals were the ones that created basically the policy of the firearms, the registration, which didn't work out for them at all, but they still did it anyways. So yeah, they created the registration, which the registration is good in some points. I do agree with it in some points, and I think it was a waste of money in others. Should we still have possession acquisition license, which basically means that you can obtain firearms and you can obtain ammunition? Yes, no matter what, keep the firearms, but we should have some form of ability to control the amount of ammunition and guns that are sold, because it raises the prices basically on illegal firearms, making it harder for people to obtain them. So yes, I completely agree with that. But the Liberals want to create it again, spend billions of dollars upgrading and getting rid of it, and upgrading it and renewing it, and that's pointless. Conservatives just got rid of it, saying that the only ones this is going to affect are the ones that are honest about it, which he's right. He's still a fucking tool, but he's right. Check the live stream again. So yeah, going back to it, our politics are just crap. Nobody seems to understand what's going on. Nobody seems to be able to understand why we have the politicians the way we do. We have a Senate that is absolutely pointless because it doesn't do a damn thing. We basically built it and modeled it under the American Senate. But with our politics, that doesn't work, because none of our rest of our politics are based on what the Americans did. And actually, a lot of people can argue this point, and a lot of people do argue this point, saying that America is not as democratic as Canada. Well, yes and no. Yes, we have more choices on which party to vote in. Like, we have 3 or 4 options, actually 5. We got the Wild Rose, we got the NDP, we've got the Liberals, we got the Conservative, Progressive, and we've got the Green Party. So we've got 5 choices to actually vote on, for 5 parties to vote on, whereas the U.S. has 2. You've got the Republicans and you've got the Democrats. So yes, you can argue the point of, well,